So are there certain elements in stories or shows that just draw you in? Specific ones that really delight you and hit in just the right way? Well, I definitely have some tropes that I absolutely love, and that is what we're getting into today. So hey guys, it's Nova, and I really wanted to chat about some of my favorite tropes in media. I've already talked about the ones that I don't care much for, so I figure we'll go the more positive route this time. By the way, just a heads up, I'm going to be experimenting more with the best upload day and time for the channel, so I totally appreciate some input there if you guys have any, like on when you guys are most active. And now before we get into the topic, let's get into the art. Now this piece, you're going to see the previous version of it pop up once or twice. This is a character from, I've done a chibi before with it, with my archive stuff that then has a fantasy counterpart called Chronicles. This is the character Andrea. She is in this Elf Ranger for this, and I really like her. I liked the other version, but I really wanted to redo the line art and redo the coloring with the way that I color now, because there are some key differences in the way that I do things now, and I honestly really like the new one better, especially with the way I do the highlights in the hair. I call them bubble highlights. I think they're really cute, and I will give more detail on the character herself probably in a different video at a different time, but I didn't record or share the previous version whenever I did that one, so I wanted to redo her for the channel. You'll see the previous line art being used kind of as a little bit of a guide, but not fully tracing. I'm essentially using the old line art as a sketch for the way I'm doing the new line art. So I really like how it turned out, and I hope you guys like it. And now let's get into the topic. So with the tropes, let me say real quick that while these are tropes that I enjoy, they aren't all ones that I really enjoy writing. This is primarily for tropes I enjoy consuming. I'll have to do one eventually about tropes that I enjoy writing, or tropes and characters that I create that I really like and tend towards. But getting into it, let's start with number 1, the anti-hero. I tend to love anti-heroes. You got this character who's much more gray in morality and, frankly, a lot more interesting and realistic, who does what they see as needing to be done, even if others would probably hesitate. Their drive might be more selfish or internally focused, or they might have positive end goals, but they don't see any point in shying away from more brutal means to accomplish those goals. And yeah, nowadays they're often more edgy or seen as more edgy and whatnot, but I still really enjoy them. A couple of examples would be Red Hood from, DC, you got Deadpool, you got Vegeta as one. I could honestly go on and on with it. They're really fun, they're interesting, and to me, they're some of the best and more realistic characters to see or read about. I've always really liked them in media. They're just fun to consume and fun to see, and a lot of times they're some of the most fun characters when it comes to the interactions with the others. You get the most entertaining scenes out of them a lot of the time. But going on to trope number 2, we've got forbidden romance. Now, romance isn't the primary genre I consume, but I do absolutely love romance as an additional element in stories. Unless it's fanfic. If it's fanfic, give me the romance, please. But I love forbidden romance. People from warring kingdoms who can't be together, higher rank of at least one of them, the better. You get the foreign ruler who falls in love with somebody from the other kingdom, be it a soldier or another royal, I don't know. Any of that, it's very entertaining, very good. And the characters from different classes in society are a good one. All of that. I love watching them pine for each other. It's so good, and the potential for secret meetings, sneaking around, conflict. Oh, I love every bit of it. And not only that, there's also possible angst. You've got stolen secret moments together. You've got close confidants of the two people who are falling for each other that help them keep the secret. You've also got, potential betrayal in that whole thing, both actual betrayal or perceived betrayal. And I love it. It's one of those things that really makes me just essentially writhe on the floor in delight with the drama. Just give it to me now. Hand it over. And trope number 3, we've got the tough guy with the heart of gold. I tend to really love that one. That one is a lot of fun as far as I'm concerned. It's just you got this character who seems all gruff and just grr and very tough, maybe a bit withdrawn, the bad boy kind of character or bad girl kind of character. Can go either way, or no gender, doesn't matter. But they also have like this strict code of morals that they stick to, and this general demeanor that they want to do positive things, and they have more to them than just that tough exterior. I have always enjoyed characters like that. They're fun. That's one that I like to write and read. I like to read it a whole lot. I'm not that great at writing it, but it's a lot of fun, and I like it. Now, going on to number 4, this one is the adorable character who can be shockingly scary if you hit the right button. I love characters like that, the ones who seem like they are just the cinnamon roll, and then you hit the right button, and oh no. Oh no, now they're mad, and that's a problem. And I love that, the one who everybody else who knows them is like, no, don't do this, don't make them mad, you will regret it, and everybody else just does not believe them until they actually make that mistake, and then, oh no. And then they get to find out firsthand, and I really like that. That's a lot of fun. That's always been a lot of fun for me. I really like that. Then going on to number 5, we have secret identities or a big secret. Either one of those. And I enjoy it both in consuming in the way that the audience knows what the secret is, so watching the tense drama play out as other characters come close to finding out what that secret might be, or finding out who the character really is. I really enjoy that. But I also enjoy it when we don't know, but we're getting hints throughout as to who somebody really is. I have a character that I write that way in one of my things, and it's a lot of fun to play with in one of my projects. I really enjoy that because it's fun to keep people guessing, and it's fun to drop those little hints and see who can follow the breadcrumbs and see what little things might have everybody like on the edge of their seat because they're trying to figure out, oh, is that the thing that's going to give it away? And the theories that can come from that as people try and figure things out. I love both. I love both consuming and creating those kind of characters, especially consuming because I love watching fan theories around things crop up, and I like brainstorming my own ideas as to what could be behind something. That is just a ton of fun to me. It always has been. And I love that, and I always have. Now, going on to number 6, this one is a popular one, and it's one that I absolutely love, and that is the found family trope. I love found family because it's one of those things. One of my core beliefs is that family is way more than just blood, and the family you pick, well, that's really important. And I come from a mixed family where there's a lot of different, when I say mixed, I mean blended family, where there's a lot of people in it who aren't blood related, and that part doesn't matter because it's not the blood and the genetic ties, it's what you do that matters in the way you care about people. And it makes such a huge difference, and I love seeing it in media, especially whenever you've got these characters that find each other and find common ground, and they care about each other so much, and it's just wonderful to see. And you get the different dynamics and relationships. You've got the friendships that crop up, sometimes rivalries depending on the characters, potential romance in there. It's just, all of it is really fun. I have always loved it. That is just one of my absolute favorites. Then getting into number 7, we've got the mentor character. I know there's a lot of people who don't like the mentor character, and the mentor popped up in my Tropes I dislike video, but it was a very specific thing, and it was that the mentor always dies, and I don't like that aspect of it. I mentioned it in the other one that I know sometimes that needs to happen depending on the story, but I hate how it's treated like it always has to happen, because I love mentor characters. I love the relationships that crop up between the mentor character and the people that they're teaching and guiding. Especially whenever you mix things in with the found family trope. Oh my gosh, I love it. I could read that all day. Like, I love seeing the character who's the teacher of these other kids, or these other people who look up to them, so much, and it's just essentially, you know, you guide these people, and now essentially they are your children, and I love that. It's just fantastic, and it's one of those things that's really important in regard to, there is, in reality, plenty of instances where people connect in that kind of way with people who aren't related to them. It can be an important thing, and I love it, especially whenever it feels like a big relationship gap for somebody in there. And this one, the next one, number 8, goes a little bit into that, and that's the Grumpy Sunshine character dynamic. I kind of absolutely love that one, and in many different ways. There's the Grumpy Sunshine that you have the Sunshine Child and the Protector Mentor. I love that one. That one's just fun and entertaining because you've got this little ray of happiness and energy, and then this looming shadow behind them that is giving everyone this look like, if you do anything wrong, I will absolutely rip your head off and I will regret nothing. And I love that so much. I also enjoy it, though, as a friendship dynamic, just a general friendship dynamic, again, for same reasons, but it's a lot of fun. And it can be very entertaining. But I also even very much enjoy the romance aspect with that one, just because you have these characters that are so opposite, but they offset each other in fantastic ways. And it can be really entertaining to watch them, especially watching the way that this little ball of happiness just gets under this other person's skin in a way that they are trying to keep them from doing, and then it happens anyway, and I love it so much. Now, number 9 for the tropes I really like is the redemption arc. I know it's overdone at this point, and I am also aware that not everybody can be redeemed. I don't remember if I talked about that in my tropes I dislike video. I watched back over it, but I don't remember. But the redemption arc is one that I really enjoy, and while I know not every character can be redeemed or should be redeemed, there are ones that just can't. I enjoy when it's done well. When it's done really well, looking at Zuko from Avatar, I love the redemption arc, especially when it's done well and it's done deep, and you get this character who just gets integrated into the main group, and you're looking at them like, they're all looking at each other like, I don't know if I trust you yet, but okay. And the dynamics that pop up from that, and then also the unlikely friendships that pop up from that too. And then just seeing the character arc and the way that a particular character grows in the course of that. I've always enjoyed that a lot. So I really like that. And number 10 for this video, the last one for this video, one of my favorite tropes is villains with standards. I love characters that are villains with standards. Like, they're not going to go so low as to do insert thing here, because that is absolutely beneath them. They wouldn't be caught dead doing that, and they look down on other villains for doing that, just because it's seen as so dirty and so beneath them that they would never. And it actually reminds me of the, there's this bit with, it's in one of the DC comics, because it's the Joker. I think it's a DC Marvel crossover, I want to say. Because I think it's the Joker and Red Skull, maybe? And regardless, you got this other character who is very, think, World War II extremist. And the Joker's, like, appalled because he might be a criminal, but he is an American criminal. And, you know, it's funny in that context. Just the reaction. And I love those kind of dynamics. A villain sees another villain doing things and just, oh my gosh, I have this standard at least. And usually it's in the way of it, because there's a lot of things. I'm not saying that overall the Joker is one of those, because no, he does some pretty awful stuff. But I'm using that particular incident as an example of the reactions that you get by the villain who has the standards. But it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy that greatly. Actually, if you guys think of any more off the top of your heads, tell me down in the comments. I love those, and I love villains like that. They're just fun. But that's about all I have for this one. With these, real quick, I wanted to apologize if I can't edit out enough of the fan in the background. It's really hot here, and I can't bring myself to turn it off long enough to record today. Just can't do it, no. But if you guys have any tropes that you really like, definitely let me know down below. I like hearing the input and what other people might prefer versus what I prefer. So let me know down below, and let me know what you guys think I should cover for other topics for the channel. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!